There we go.
Everyone, welcome back to Open Shutter. It's another Wednesday evening. So thanks so much for joining us. Hopefully people can jump into the live because last week we somehow shut down the internet. So I'm not sure what we did, but remember that, Meeks? That was fun, eh? We started the show and then no one could actually join in. So hopefully you guys can join in, and hopefully the YouTube is working this week. And we got a cool show, photography horror stories. And we're going to share some of our stories and how you can kind of prevent them from happening to you. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Mr. Brian James is currently traveling, so we have Mr. Brian McGowan on. And Evans was here. I don't know what happened to him.
Hopefully he comes back.
We hope he comes back. We're not sure what happened. He may have been followed up by the YouTube machine, but yeah, I think he'll come back. But yeah, anyway, thanks for Brian for jumping on and helping us out this week. If you're not following him on Instagram, and his Instagram handle is in his handle. And the show is actually running off his channel today. So make sure you like, subscribe to his channel. He does a lot of behind the scenes and abandoned stuff. And make sure you do that. And if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Paul. Run a photography meetup group called Get Out Shoot Toronto. Visit getoutshoot.com. There is an exciting contest going on right now where the winner gets $100 gift card at Downtown Camera. So thanks to our friends at Downtown Camera. This show is not sponsored by Downtown Camera, but I mean, just want to plug the contest. So message me if you want to learn more. There's already a lot of good entries, and the contest runs until December 31st. And that's my plug. And there's Evans, just like that.
All right. Perfect.
We're just talking about you. And you're up, man.
Yeah,
you're up.
Because stuff, you know?
You got stuck in internet space.
Hey, welcome to Open Shutter Live. My name is Evans, for those that don't know me. I'm based in Brampton, Ontario. I'm a photographer. I shoot wedding videos as well. Today's topic is going to be interesting, so hang out. Thanks for coming out on this Wednesday night and hanging out with us.
Yeah.
We're going to have fun.
We should have included last week's show as a horror story because no one could jump into the YouTube show. The horror story. Anyway.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are on Brian's channel, and thank you, Brian, for hosting this. Yeah. And we're going to talk about some horror stories, things that happen while you're out on shoots. And if you do this long enough, you will have a lot of stories. Some of them you cannot even tell because
you got the good one. I know you. Meeks,
because
Meeks has a good story.
I know some of you guys trespass a lot. I can point fingers.
Oh no, that was
Never.
Never. Okay, all right.
You know, trespassing can be fun, you know?
Yeah, it can be fun.
Okay,
back to the doors open, you go in. That's the thing. The doors open, you walk in.
An open door is an invitation to enter.
Exactly.
Sure. Not in Texas.
Exactly. Yeah. You couldn't get away with what I do in Texas. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's great. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, Brian. Do you want to give a little elevator pitch?
Yeah, 2-second thing. My name's Brian. I'm Brampton based as well with Evans, and I do photos and video and trespass.
Yeah. Not in that order. Maybe in that order.
Maybe in that order.
We don't know who's watching this show right now, but maybe Mr. Brian James is. Maybe he'll troll us.
Uh-oh.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Oh, Ishman's on. Ishman also entered the contest, so.
Oh, cool.
Good luck, man.
Good luck.
So Brian, if you click on Ishman's comment, you can bring the comment into the show.
Oh, where it says show there. Cool. Let's do that.
Oh, there you go. And then click it, and then to take it off the show. Yeah.
Excellent.
Just
he's getting
good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. no director.
I'm learning stuff today. This is great.
It's fun, man. So I don't know I don't know who wants to go first with like a story. Like I think we should probably have a good story to start off.
All right. Well, then you start us, Paul.
Me? I don't have good stories though. That's the thing.
What?
Like my story is that like I have basic stories. Like for example, like there was a meetup a couple of years ago, like when we first started doing meetups, and then we were by Ontario Place, and then I set up my tripod to do some shots, and then I walked away for a minute, and then all I hear is like a freaking crash, And then someone goes, Paul, I think your tripod fell. And then I thought, oh man, I hope it didn't go into the water.
Oh no.
That's what I thought. I'm like, and then no, it didn't go in the water. Where it crashed on the pavement. But essentially, what happened is I have the lens here. So this hood basically saved the lens because even the glass here. I don't know if you can see it. The glass, it all broke. So like there was a guy there basically like picking glass out of the lens.
Ouch.
And then for some, thankfully the lens still works. It's a Sigma.
Wow.
So,
wait, did you have a filter on it? Is that what broke?
And there was I don't know, there was just like a UV filter.
The clear one, yeah.
Like a filter broke, right?
Okay.
I think this hood helped save the lens. But I think the moral of the story is that don't cheap out on a tripod. Make sure that you spend a couple bucks on a tripod because you want to make sure that it can withstand a little bit of wind, because I think that's what happened. There's a little bit of wind, and I guess the tripod was at an angle or it wasn't fully secured, and then boom. So the camera body was fine, the lens was okay, so I got really lucky. But I think that's a moral for people in photography. Don't cheap out on tripods.
And some tripods have the hook in the middle where you can hang some weight.
Mm-hmm.
You should have seen the glass, man. It was everywhere. Sorry, Evans?
Well, I was just saying, adding to what Meek said, some of the tripods you have the hook thing, right? So hang your backpack on it or something.
Right.
To give it some weight.
Add the weight. That's also good tip. Even sandbags at the bottom too with the legs. But yeah, don't cheap out on tripods because you don't want to save yourself $20 or $40 and then lose basically your camera body and your lens.
Yeah,
because that would just be horrific. I mean, I don't even know. It's such a simple thing, but I think there are a lot of simple things that we can touch upon that can probably save people some money in the long run.
But I think the same thing applies to light stands if you're going to shoot with off-camera flash outdoors. Buy good heavy light stands.
Yeah. Yeah, even Evans when we were at Sugar Beach, you almost went into the Lake Ontario.
I've had a flash crash down right at the beginning of a shoot, broke the bulb.
At Sugar Beach, that wasn't mine though. I think that was Brian's stand at Sugar Beach.
Oh, okay. All right, so I was shooting a wedding. And then when I got to the reception, the first thing I noticed was the cake was in the middle of the dancing floor.
Oh, no.
But it was this really giant, very elaborate cake. And so I spoke to the lady who designed the room. And I'm like, is there anything we can do about this? She said, oh, no, the way the design is. She was telling me about harmony and how when the cake moves from there, it will mess up the design. Apparently, she's a design expert. And I'm telling her that this dance floor will be filled with a lot of dancers because this is I think the lady was from Nigeria and the guy was from America. So I said, this is going to be a cultural wedding and there's going to be a lot of dancing. Let's move the cake.
Right.
Well, she did not move the cake.
Oh, oh no.
And then wedding started. And I was photographing, and I don't know what happened. The next thing I heard was I saw everybody on this side was yelling. They were pointing behind me. So I just instinctively just moved my hand back like this. And apparently I had pushed the cake with my back. And the cake was falling.
Oh no!
So I held it when I reached for it. I saved it with my hand, but my whole hand kind of dug into the side of the cake.
Oh no!
But then I had about 10 people rushed from either side to come and save the cake. So the cake at the end of the day was saved, and the person finally agreed to move it to the wall, and we put the side that my fingers were stuck in. We put that side against the wall, and everything still went on.
Oh my god!
Thank God you saved it.
Yeah.
Thank God you saved it.
That's a horror story, man.
I mean, I tried to prevent
It
that.
happened
Like,
to my.
yeah, go ahead. Right.
Yeah, it happened to my wife not long ago. We had a wedding at Niagara Falls about a month ago. While she was setting up the cake stand broke.
Oh.
So the
No.
whole cake landed on the floor.
No.
Oh.
Gone. Cake's gone?
How was the bread? Was it the
Cake was
Brazilla?
Breadzilla.
She do okay because at the end of the day, the thing was that they couldn't really blame her because it wasn't hers.
Okay.
The somebody else delivered the cake, right? And I think the stand they had wasn't strong enough. So and the cake person was gone. She just dropped it off and left.
Oh, the cake was left. How convenient.
Oh, no.
How convenient is that?
Yep.
So what's the moral of the story? Make sure the cake is secured well and away from the dance people.
Yes, and insist. Don't let any art take, because in the heat of the moment when you are capturing people that are moving, it's hard to be worried about other stuff,
Yeah.
So
You're focused on doing a job.
Right. You can't worry about cake.
Yeah.
You can't be worrying about cake when you're trying to get the shot.
Get the shot, get the moment, and yeah.
So is that something that you would try to outline to like the couple before? Like, where are you placing the cake?
Well, to be honest, I actually adjusted my contract after that day.
Yeah.
Because it could have gone really bad. The cake could have fallen and then
buddy,
could have
that's like,
sued me or
that's
whatnot.
horrible.
So,
oh my god.
so I'm like, if your interior decorator messes up, like I don't get blamed for it. So,
Oh, I don't blame you.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the last thing you want is to be on the hook for that.
Mike's Tech Rescue is saying, I'm thinking that an assistant would be a good idea at a wedding. Sure, yeah. It's a good one, Mike.
It can be.
Yeah, it could be. So, but it all depends,
no,
right?
I
It
did
depends
have an assistant. I did have an assistant. Trust me. I did have an assistant. It was a big wedding, 350 people. Assistant was busy setting up lights and doing other stuff. And there was actually a second assistant that was in charge of just one thing, just equipment, charging batteries and making sure everybody was okay. But still, with such a bad design, it could have happened at any time during the day.
Sure.
So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man. Stresses me out just listening to that.
Mike said I had a bad assistant. Next time, I guess I need a personal assistant. Then maybe.
Mike, you should share your story. And is that why your handle is Mike's Tech Rescue?
We need Mike's resume in the comments here.
Yeah.
Hire him up.
Yeah, exactly. Come on next time. Oh my god.
That's funny.
It's horrible.
All right, Brian, hit us with some haunted house stuff.
I'm not even going to start with a haunted house. I'm going to start with a photo shoot I was doing for a little kid. The parents had hired me to take photos of their child. It was the fall, the fall leaves and everything. And I'm down crawling around on the ground, getting low shots of this little kid. And I crawled through a pile of dog crap buried in the leaves. Oh, yeah.
Was this in the summertime?
Oh, no, the summertime was a different occasion. I've crawled through piles of dog crap on more than one occasion to get a photo. That's why I usually carry
the same dog. Is it the same dog that you're?
I don't know.
See, I'm not laughing because of the dog poo. I'm laughing because of Mike's comment.
Yeah, he'd be too stoned. Mike's saying he'd be too stoned to be a good assistant. Well, Mike, you came to the right show,
man. Are you stoned right now, Mike?
Mike's like type of guy. You're hired.
I do love dogs.
Yeah. So did you get the shot? Did you get the shot?
I got the shot. Got the shot on both multiple occasions. I've got the shot. I just carry an extra shirt in my car just in case.
Like it's not even
it's happened way too many times. Way too many times.
It's not even like geese poop. It's dog poop, which is even worse.
Yeah. Yeah, goose I've done so many times. But dog and big piles of dog. Like it wasn't a little dog. Let's put it that way. It was not a little dog.
It was like a Doberman Pinscher or something.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it was a big dog.
So did the family notice?
Oh yeah, everybody noticed.
And then what did they say?
The smell just once you swipe it with your chest as you're crawling through it, you can just smell it everywhere. So
you should have put a 200 millimeter on there and told everybody to stay 10 feet away from you.
Yeah.
And then this summer I was doing a 30th birthday shoot with two women, two best friends, and same thing. I got down on the ground to shoot one of the ladies she was sitting against a tree, and I'm crawling around, and next thing I just smell, and it's like, oh no, not again.
Oh no.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks,
so
man.
they just keep shooting and whatever.
You just ignore it.
Just think you got a job to do, so you do it.
A job to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I brushed it off as best I could with some leaves, and then I just changed my shirt later. Throw that shirt in the garbage.
Yeah. I think it's a good point. It's like whenever you're doing like a portrait shoot, you should like pre-scout before, like not just Brian's case, but just in general. Especially if it's like a paid shoot, you want to know where you're going to take the person to shoot instead of figuring out during the shoot, because it just makes you seem like less pro. So scout before you actually do the actual shoot and know.
I had actually shown up 2 hours before because I had never been to the place before.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So I showed up 2 hours before, walked around, scoped out exactly where I wanted to shoot them, but I didn't inspect every square inch of the ground.
Well, no, I know yours.
You didn't check under the leaves. You should have
I didn't
under the leaves and sniffed it all out.
Take a rake.
Yeah, exactly.
Rake the park.
It's like
just rake the park.
It's like you're mining for gold, man.
Yeah.
Is that what you do, Meeks? Do you pre-scout a location before with a rake, or what do you do? Or you just
no. I should still, man.
His side gig is a gardener.
Exactly. You just
you know what I started doing? So for example, like how you pre-scout a location before a shoot, but some people do it on the computer first. They look up pictures from the location. I hate that. I stopped doing that because I don't want other people's work to influence me when I get to that location. I want to just know the location and then go and create my own images from the location instead of looking at. Yeah. Otherwise, what happens is that when you look at all these other images from that location, when you get there, your unconscious self will drive you to recreate some of those images. You just be like everyone else. I
think you need to be there and just see for yourself. Right. Especially at the time of day that if you're going to shoot the person at sunset, you want to go at sunset so you know where the light's going to go.
Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely.
So it's a little bit of extra work, but again, if you're getting paid for something, it's part of the gig. And if you're not getting paid, just practice. Just pretend you're getting paid for it.
Yeah, treat it like a paid job.
Pretend, which is what I do all the time. Yeah, man. Good stuff.
So I think a couple of months.
Kobe's on. He's got Kobe got horror stories.
Hey, what's up, Kobe?
Was it a month or a month
on the show, man?
I think about a month and a half ago. I went out with Brian and Andrea downtown Brampton, and we did some location scouting. So I marked down all these nice places where I wanted to go back and shoot. So I went there one nice Sunday afternoon, had a model. We were walking around the city doing shoots here and there. We got to the Rose Theater, beautiful place. I wanted to take a shot. And I was so adamant on getting that particular shot. Brian, leading up to the steps behind it on the alleyway side. Yep. So I put my tripod and my light up. I was using the AD200 in an octobox in the parabolic beauty dish. I could see with my own eyes that this thing was about to fall, but I was so far away from it, couldn't I couldn't do nothing about it. It's like you see it coming and you still couldn't do nothing about it. And I just watched it as my 8200 crashed to the ground.
No. Oh.
Now it still works, but it's become a little bit bulky. Like you can see that the battery doesn't fit as snug as it used to before. And that's the lesson here is just don't be lazy, right? Bring sandbags with you.
Yeah.
My whole idea was I wanted to travel light, so I didn't want to carry the load of the extra sandbag.
Yeah.
Right. A sandbag would have saved my 8200 from that crash.
Yeah, man. Worth it.
Oh no.
Kobe, do you want to come on the show?
Yeah, let's get him on. Oh, he has a story there.
Yep.
So you can tell it yourself.
Send
Okay, so while we wait for Kobe to come on, I have one more to share. So I was doing an engagement shoot. I actually have pictures of this, but I cannot show the pictures because if I talk about the situation, then everybody knows what happened. So and it was at a creek, and it had like a little waterfall behind. But this was, I would say, late September, and late September in Pennsylvania. But then the heat is gone, after August, the heat is gone.
Yeah.
So the water was quite cold. And I was knee deep in the water because I wanted to get it from a nice view. And the couple, they were standing in the middle. The lady kept complaining about the water being chilly. And, no, it wasn't too long after she said that, she passed out.
No way.
Oh no.
She fell straight face flat into this water.
Oh no.
I mean, it wasn't even a very deep end, so it was scary. So I mean, I don't remember exactly what happened, but all I did was I tossed my camera into the grass and I ran and picked her up with the guy. The guy was struggling, so we both, took her out of the water. Then we called 911, and the cops came there, and like, the cops were like just scared, like, what was happening here? I'm like, calm down, guys. We're just doing a photo shoot, and then this happened, and then that happened. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. Yeah, the guy didn't want to go to hospital because he wanted to avoid bills, and he was like, oh, she's gonna wake up. She's gonna wake up soon. I'm like, no, I'm calling 911. I don't want anything on my hands. So yeah, that was that. Yeah.
Was she okay? Did you find out?
Well, she was okay. She woke up not long after the paramedics arrived, and she was okay. And she liked the pictures. The pictures. I mean,
liked the photos.
Oh, there you go. Did you get any issues on her way down? Or?
Wait, did you what?
Did you get any shots as she was on her way down?
No, I didn't.
No.
I didn't get it.
Long exposure.
They're pretty interesting.
Yeah. So what happened? She just fainted? It was the water?
I think the water, because even for me, I was so cold I could like when I was walking, my joints felt weird, like the water temperature was really cold. I think that it was flowing. That creek apparently is coming from like the mountains or something. So it was coming from a very cold source. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So lesson learned there. Don't keep people in the water too long.
Yeah.
Get in there, take your quick and get out.
Yeah, man. That's
I see Mike is asking the question.
What
Yes.
webcam are you guys using?
So
What webcam and meet and Eba for using? Oh, I'm not using a webcam. I'm using my Sony A7 III.
There's actually no book of
With
Mike. There he is, live from Sacramento.
There we go.
Hey,
he's outside.
Live from Sacramento. You're on Saturday
the
night.
man from Sacramento.
So I'm in San Francisco at the moment.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
What's going on in San Fran these days?
Enjoy
Hey,
the sunshine while we are cold down here.
Yeah. Mike, I'm using a Nikon Z6, okay? It's the best camera out there.
Mike, and there's actually no picture for fatties.
Green screen.
A Nikon Z6 with a 35, a Sigma 35 f1.4 lens, but it's
Oh, but
actually
you're-
not.
Kobe,
f1.4.
You're looking good, man. I like the jean jacket there.
Oh, thank you.
Stylish.
Are you in the middle of the shoot?
See,
Well,
every time I see Mix and Kobe, I want to move to somewhere sunny.
Yeah, man. I'm
Oh man!
I'm-
Oh yeah, we're still wearing shorts outside, man. You guys-
Kobe's out jacket. I know. I went out for 2 minutes.
It's
I had to
just
put on
for fun.
jacket,
I
man.
can take it off.
Okay, yeah. So, Mike, yes. For most of these cameras, if the Nikon or the Canon, they have a web utility app which is free. So you just download that on your computer, and then you're good to go. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
you will-
everybody's done it now.
USB.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
just
think
plug in
everybody's got
USB
it now.
and good to go.
Yeah. Today I'm the one with the worst video. I think today
You
we're
had a
giving
cell
it to
phone.
we're giving it
Right.
to
you're just
we're giving it to
anyway.
Brian today.
Yeah, Brian has some
Brian
nice
has the dramatic lighting.
dramatic stuff there.
Yeah.
I like the dramatic lighting. What can I
How's
say?
it, guys? It's been a while. You know,
Yeah,
I
man.
always
It's good, man.
miss the YouTube videos because I normally think it's Thursday.
Mm.
I think there was the one time we had it on a
We-
Thursday.
There was one time we did a Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we bumped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because every time I'm like, who was it? Was it Evans or Paul or Mick? One of you. I asked you like, I don't see the videos anymore. Like, what?
Oh yeah,
happened?
you asked me on
Yeah.
Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I think since I moved to the new place, I've never watched or seen Open Shutter.
man. That is criminal, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That is criminal.
And today I remembered, and I'm not home.
Boom. That's good, man. I'm loving your latest post on IG there. Kobe's
Yo,
passionate.
I've been seeing you
Yeah.
post some fire
Nice-
pictures, man.
nice
That's good.
stuff.
Touching.
Yeah, I'm trying to start creating stuff.
That's
That's
good.
actually why I got here, because I have a few things that I have to do on Friday and Saturday here. So
Cool, man.
Nice.
You wanna share the horror story that you typed into the chat?
yeah. So I have 1,000,001 stories.
That's great. You came to the right place.
Yeah. So when I started photography, let me if I start from the beginning. When I started shooting practically, because I had studied for like a year without touching a camera gear. So I was all knowledge, book knowledge, theory. And one of the worst theories that I had was that a professional photographer is supposed to shoot manual.
Heard that.
It was a good theory, but I applied it wrongly. So when I got my first camera, which was the T5i, Canon T5i, I got myself the 75 to 300, and then the 50 mm 1.8.
Yep.
And for about a month, I was shooting manual. And let me explain the manual I was shooting. The camera body was on manual and the lens was on manual.
Oh boy.
So
Ah,
that was my interpretation of what manual was. Everything should be manual.
everything, man.
Manual me.
Camera body.
Focusing.
I'm telling you. And so I went to shoot an event.
Oh no.
So, hold on, I gotta get this focus in.
I went to shoot an event, a birthday party, and I was shooting full manual. So the whole time I wasn't talking to anyone because there wasn't even a space to talk to anyone. I was focusing the lens and shooting for the whole 2 hours. Half of the pictures came out blur, half of it came out good. I was fine with it.
Yeah.
The next event was at a nightclub, and this time it worked for me because people couldn't focus well. So here I was standing there, people seeing my dope pictures, and I was like, you guys are not pros, you're not shooting manual.
You're the boss now, man.
And I go to meet this professional photographer who is one of my best friends now. And he picks my camera and goes like, he just pushes the button on the lens to auto. And it's like, this is how you shoot.
And what you say to that?
That was the most embarrassing of situations. Like till this day, he roasts me on that.
Roast you on it, yeah.
After
What did
5
you say?
years, he still goes like, do you still shoot manual?
You shooting manual, yeah.
And the second
That's
one,
funny.
which happened like a few weeks afterwards, was my first wedding.
Mm.
I was the second shooter, more like not a second shooter to the first one, but another photographer hired to cover the event. So I was so inspired. This is my first wedding. I mean, so instead of using my T5i, which I was comfortable with, I went to rent a 5D Mark III with a 70-200 and then 24-70. I was a G, all geared up.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're in boss mode now.
I didn't learn much about the gear, and I didn't know how rental was. So I get the camera, I get my battery, and then I go. Then I start shooting. And then after shooting 42 pictures, literally, 42, the camera goes off.
Battery?
The battery is dead. The
Mhm.
camera is unable to come on.
Mhm.
Oh no.
I call the rental guys. I'm not getting through to them. Like, I'm messed up for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I go back to my T5i, get my pictures, and when I came home, I compared the two pictures and I realized my T5i was better. And
Yeah.
I had spent a whole lot of money renting these gears that I never used.
Yeah.
So the amount I was paid for the wedding, I basically used it to rent gear that I never used.
Yeah.
And all this came within like 6 weeks of starting photography.
Oh,
This is
boy.
when you first started.
Yeah.
Man. You learned a
And
lot.
afterwards, I had to learn it little by little. And in December, guess what happened? I'm invited to my first ever photo shoot, where
Uh-oh.
the photographer sets up everything.
Hmm.
And guess what the photo shoot was?
What was it?
It was a boudoir shoot on Christmas Day.
Oh. Weird. Interesting.
We're shooting one tomorrow.
We're going tomorrow.
Like,
Yes,
this
man.
is a way of introducing me to photography, like a boudoir shoot. And it wasn't just one person, it was like 3 people.
Really? Was it for a brand?
No,
Was it
so
for-
it was for the photographer's project.
Oh.
And here I was helping the guy out and everything. And this embarrassing situation wasn't even to me, it was more to him. So what happened was, one of the concepts was the lady was going to sit on the balloon
Hmm.
and he was going
Uh-oh.
to shoot
Right.
more like a wide angle from down up.
Mhm.
And so he lays down with the gear ready to shoot. And before he clicks, the balloon just flies off. And this guy was using a zoom lens,
Oh.
So all we hear was a scream, "Hey!"
Oh my.
That's funny.
So
Oh my. Interesting.
Like, it's horrible. But I think some of the favorite ones that I have is from clients.
Hmm.
Okay.
From clients. And the first one I had just happened about 2 years ago. I went to shoot a naming ceremony for a client.
Naming ceremony? Okay.
Yeah. It was a low ball project because I wasn't really shooting much anymore, but I needed some quick cash to settle some bills.
Mm-hmm.
So I go in for this project. Very, very low fees. In fact, it was very, 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 very low. And then I go shoot this project, and then I give the clients as many pictures as possible because, I mean, there was no need keeping the pictures.
Yeah.
This client paid 50% upfront.
Okay.
And instead of me collecting the 50% on the day of the shoot, I was like, oh, don't worry, I'm in a rush, so you can send it to me later.
Uh-oh.
And then I come
Don't
home
ever
quickly.
refuse money.
Exactly.
Mhm.
My first time of refusing money, it backfired so bad. And then right after I finished with the job and sent it to the client gets back to me and says, I don't like the pictures.
That's the worst.
So going through my, customer relationship process, I was like, oh, which of the images don't you like?
Mm-hmm.
Blah, blah. It was like, oh, they are all good. They are all fantastic. But there was one.
Mm-hmm. One.
This is the keyword. There was one picture that my leg was not positioned properly.
Move your leg next time.
That's it. That's it.
Normally for a naming ceremony, we give like 100 to 150 or maximum 200, depending on the package.
Yeah.
I've given this lady more than 400 pictures because, I mean, they were all good, well exposed and everything. I didn't need to do much. And she says she didn't like that one picture.
And that
So
really
she didn't like the job.
She didn't like the job because that one.
And I was like, can you just stick out that one picture and then let's get on with her life? She said because of that one picture, she's not paying me the rest.
Really? And so what happened there?
I'm not joking. Like, she made a big deal out of this. I chased this lady for my cash for more than 2 weeks. She said she's not paying.
Dude,
so I had to let go.
Was there a contract that?
It was that kind of job where you are there on a Friday, and then they are like, "Oh, we have this naming ceremony thing on Sunday. We didn't even plan on getting a photographer. Like, so can you just pass by and then just do an hour or two for us?" And I go like, "Oh yeah, why not?
Sure, why not?"
And she was referred.
That could happen.
And she was referred by my landlord then. So, I mean, I was cool with my landlord, so there is no legal stuff.
Right.
And that was the mistake I did.
So you never got your money?
Yes.
I never got my money.
Hey, I'm waiting on your trespassing story, so I hope you are preparing it. I need a good trespassing.
I've got several. So
okay.
My second favorite client story happened in my own backyard.
Like in your own backyard, literally.
Literally
as in
your backyard.
Let me explain it. Like in my own family.
Uh-oh.
So there was this cousin of mine having her wedding. That was just last year. And this wedding, she told me to cover it. Initially, I didn't want to cover it because it was at the same time with my best friend's birthday, and I was supposed to come to LA to come have fun with yachts and Ferraris and stuff like that. And then she said, "Oh, please, can you cover the wedding for me?" I was like, "Okay, cool." And then I accepted the gig. First and foremost, this lady gives me some amount of money because she's family. She gives me some money. She says, "Hold on to this. I already have your packages and everything, but hold on to this amount. We'll talk about the rest later." Like, okay, that's cool.
It's family.
Yeah.
Family. Yeah.
So I go in for an extra photographer to help me out.
Uh-oh.
And then I use that money to pay the person. We do this shoot, and if in the Ghanaian culture, we have two kinds of weddings that we do. So we normally do the home one, and then we have the white wedding, that's the church one, and then afterwards we have a reception.
Okay.
So in the morning we had the home one, which was combined with the church wedding. So right from 6 a.m. I was shooting We shot till about 11, getting to 12.
Right.
That's the first part. The
Yeah.
second part started around 3 o'clock up to somewhere around 11 p.m. So between the 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., we did what do we call it? The exclusives.
Okay.
So it's a full 12 hours journey that I went on.
Oh no.
After taking all these pictures, normally we are supposed to send not more than 500. If that makes sense. 500 is so much, but let me just put it that way. And then she calls me about the pictures. Initially, I went to Kenya and came back, and then got to her. Gave her the images, some of them. And she was like, oh, it's not enough. What am I using the rest for? Blah, blah, blah. Let me just give it to her. So I drove to her place, put the laptop in front of her. She did all the selections she wanted from all the images I took.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, this lady seems to be in the part of the world where she feels like she's a celebrity.
Oh no.
Diva.
So after she did the selections and everything, I told her, you know what? Can we talk about the balance? He said she didn't see some people in the picture.
Oh no.
Who was missing?
And I was like, yo, we are family. If you are talking about someone in the family, I captured everyone in the family because I know everyone in the family.
It's family.
She said she didn't see a certain friend of hers from high school who came around.
What?
Now, like, it's not my job because I asked you to give me someone who is going to pinpoint every important person that you want.
Mm-hmm.
She said, no. I didn't do a good job. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And this lady started threatening me.
Oh,
Really?
no.
Really?
She said
Oh,
she's
no.
going to call the cops on me. And I was like, no, you can't do nothing. Like, your husband is rich, but you don't have influence. I have more influence in Ghana than you do. She's like, yeah, we'll see, blah, blah, blah. And then she threatens my existence here in California when I got here.
Oh no.
Really?
I'm telling you, this
What?
is like text messages and stuff.
Really?
I
Wow.
have evidence right here. I even forwarded it to my lawyer back in Ghana because what she did was she recently threatened my neutral family. That's my parents.
What? This is over a photo or a non-photo.
Over a photo.
What?
And then this lady has the guts to call my dad
What?
to play the victim card.
Oh.
Man, oh man.
So my dad calls me all the way here in California saying, look, you know what, let's do this. And then I explained everything to my dad. But unfortunately for her, I shared everything with the family before I left. So they knew what she was all about.
Yeah.
So like that is the last horror scene I had
My
and
God.
experienced in Ghana before I left. And that is the reason why weddings, I don't know.
Make sure your contract's tight.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No
loose
cake on
ends.
the dance floor. And no cake on the dance floor.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like
one thing I always tell people is that if you're going to shoot weddings, you always have to make sure you have a contract of some form, even if it's family, right? I've had some family and my wife's family that I make them sign contracts, and they worry, oh, why do I have to sign this? Your family said, no, I know we're family, but I still have to protect myself and protect you. That's what I tell them. I gotta protect you and protect your
smart.
whatever.
Yeah.
So you still, one way or the other, have to sign that contract. You know,
because the way what I went through, I feel like I might have my daughter sign a contract with me for her wedding. I don't know, but it was a terrible time. And remember, she didn't pay anything after the initial money she paid me.
And you gave all that to the other person.
Yeah, no, even my sister and then my cousin. And I'm like,
Okay.
you owe me and you are threatening me. Like, what's wrong with you?
Hmm.
At least pay me and have some rights.
Yeah.
So, like, there are a lot of things I've learned. And sometimes these things become so embarrassing because you just drop your guard a little bit and this happens to you.
Mhm.
And if people hear stories like this, they go like, wait, are you not the dude that come for conferences and seminars to advise us on the business side of photography?
Because you've gone through it, though. That's why. Because you've gone through it. You know what to do. That's
But
why.
then that's the real deal. Like, that's the human side of us. The time where we feel like, okay, let me not be too strict.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
just
the
try and do
time
a
that
nice
you're
thing.
about
Yep.
to get messed up
That's
the
when you
most.
get hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Right now, I think I need to find a spot where there is light. I look terrible right now.
It's getting that.
All right, Brian, let's hear it. Yeah, time is almost up.
Okay.
Let's hear yours, Brian.
Okay, so trespass story number one. My buddy Andre and I, we usually
on?
explore together. Andre, I don't think he's on.
Yeah.
I don't know
Hey, Tony.
if he was.
What's going on?
But,
Tony Airport?
We were exploring a big abandoned mill, and we actually had cops walk up to us, 2 officers, and they're like, "What are you guys doing in here?" I was just walking around taking photos. And they took one look at our gear, and they were like, "You guys have enough gear on you to buy a car. I don't think you're here breaking anything." And they actually left us alone. They let us keep exploring.
That's nice of them.
But other people they ticket, but
Oh, because they're boozing up or go graffiti.
Oh, yeah.
Or,
that was actually the mill in Georgetown that we
Oh,
tried
that
to get
one.
into.
I don't
Yeah.
know, yeah.
And then another one, it actually, again with Andre, because we do stupid things. We were exploring a house with a barn out in the country, and we were in the barn, and we heard people walking around upstairs. We're like, oh crap, we're busted on this one. We walk out. This guy has this huge dog and this big crowbar, and he's walking towards us.
Yeah.
And it's like,
You horror music.
we're just taking pictures. We're sorry. We're not supposed to be here. And we're really sorry. We'll leave if you want us to leave. We're just taking photos.
Yeah.
The value in actually being nice to people instead of being jerks and
Or running
about
away.
it. We were really apologetic and everything. He's actually hopefully going to hire an Andre and I to shoot some work for him.
How'd you guys
So-
meet? Oh, he was trespassing on my property. and
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
now we're quiet. And now we're business partners.
Yeah.
That's a great
So
story.
he bought a huge lot of antique furniture from an auction, and he needs to sell it off. So he needs photos of it all.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
It's a 300-foot long barn full of antique furniture.
Yes, please.
Wow.
Yep. Worth a
if
couple
you
million
need
dollars.
more
so-
hands, you can call all these guys here.
Oh yeah. I love it. I love antiques. I'll
Yeah.
do
Yeah. Paul can help you move the furniture around. He doesn't need to shoot.
Yeah, Paul can be the lackey. He can do all that.
I'm in it.
So
I'm in to win it.
my absolute worst horror story, just quick, is a personal injury story that actually happened this spring.
No way.
And I was trying to climb down to the base of a waterfall, and my hand slipped, and I fell 20 feet backwards down a cliff and landed on my head.
Which waterfall? And were you okay?
I'm fine. It happened in the spring, so
Which one?
it's not even a named waterfall. It was just a little waterfall on a trail.
In Toronto? GTA?
GTA, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to climb up the cliff, blood pouring out of my head, hike half an hour to meet an ambulance,
Ooh.
went to the hospital, got 4 staples in my head.
Ouch.
So, lesson, bring a rope.
Bring a rope.
Bring a rope.
And
Well,
were you I guess you're by yourself. Were you by yourself?
No, I was with a friend of mine.
Oh.
Another friend. We were just going out for a hike back when
Casual.
you could, social distancing,
Yeah. Was it before
social
COVID?
distance hike in the woods. It was during COVID.
Oh, during.
So, you could go out for a walk in the woods with your friends. That was about that.
Wow. Well, glad you survived it.
My God, man.
Yeah, it was
That
it
was
was
like
lucky.
that-
It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Like that movie, like the movie 36 hours or 72 hours, whatever. it is.
72 hours, yeah.
So, guys, let me tell you a story about me and then MacBook.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag
not
not sponsored.
sponsored. Yeah,
Will be
So what
sponsored
happened
soon.
when I started photography, I bought a MacBook,
Mm.
a very expensive one, and then this MacBook got stolen.
Mm.
Ouch.
2 weeks.
How? Was it in your car?
No, I don't know how to drive. So,
On your bike?
so I went to work. I came back, and then my apartment was broken into.
Oh, it busted
Oh.
your place.
Yeah. Now, after that episode, I decided to get another MacBook because I love
Same one?
MacBooks.
The same one?
Yeah, same specs. I think the first one was a 16 gigabyte RAM, 1 terabyte MacBook.
Hmm.
Then I went to get another 16 gigabyte, 1 terabyte, same size. And then this MacBook had an issue, so I took it for repairs.
Okay.
So let's say today is Wednesday. I took the MacBook to the repair on Wednesday today
Mm.
around 2 p.m. The next day I got to the shop and he had moved.
Oh, he
Oh,
moved.
no.
Weird.
He's closed the
The
shop.
next day. The next day.
Yeah. All
Wow.
the phone lines are not going through. Nobody knows where he's going to. He has packed everything in the shop. He's out.
Oh, my God.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is not an Apple store then.
No. Now,
It was an Apple store yesterday.
yeah, he is done. He was done. So now no one knows where he is. And then I go for another one. Jeez.
You didn't learn your lesson after the first two.
You bought a third MacBook.
Yes, 16 gigabyte, 1 terabyte hard disk.
This is your laptop. You just needed it to work and not get stolen.
Yeah, I loved that model.
Mm.
So I went for that. And then my girlfriend then was on campus. So it was almost the last day of school. So I go to her to help her pack up and everything so that we can move.
Right.
And then I was called to the office.
Uh-oh.
So I left my bag with her
Mm.
and then went
Oh,
to the
no.
office, which was like 15 minutes away from the campus.
Oh, no.
I go to the office just to sign a few documents. So I spent like 30 minutes in the office and then came back. She got called by the front desk that the uncle was in because we had to pack the stuff. She went to the front desk, which was like 2 minutes walk from her room.
Hmm.
She goes to the front desk, picks her uncle up to the room. She gets to the room and she has been robbed.
Holy God.
Can't let your guard down, man.
And the guy took my bag, which had only my laptop in it,
Buddy.
and added my girlfriend's laptop.
You know what you do? You put it in a bag labeled Acer, no one will touch it.
And this guy takes my laptop away.
Are you just not losing it at this point? Like, are you just not like, what is happening?
At that moment, I start laughing because I knew my relationship with MacBook was done.
And you haven't gone back since?
The following week, I went to buy a Dell XPS, which cost twice the MacBook, which is a 32 gigabyte, 1 terabyte. And I have left this machine sometimes at places and I've been called back to come for it. I've used this machine for 3 years. I've used it for 3 years. I still use it. That's what I've been using for my images till now.
Man.
and no one has ever come for it. My apartment has been broken into, and they've never touched that laptop.
That's funny.
That like I don't know what that says about Dell.
I don't know. And right now, I
I use
really
a
feel
Dell.
like getting an iMac,
Yeah.
but I can't.
So you haven't gone back. You haven't gone back to Mac since then.
No, the only Apple device I use is my phone.
Man, it would I would be losing if I lost 3 laptops.
Oh yeah.
Just losing it. Like, see,
Oh,
like
it's
wow.
crazy.
see? Someone's getting robbed. Quick, check out a laptop.
You better get moved here. Hey, Evans,
It's
are you
crazy.
okay?
Evans is,
Evans is multitasking.
yeah.
Yeah, he
He
took his computer apart and put it together just before this thing. So
Oh man.
I'm sure pieces are falling off.
Yeah.
I think I need to get a new laptop though.
Yeah.
Mine is dying.
Why do you like using laptops? I like to build desktops, and they are just much more powerful.
It's because Mick, you are not a traveler yet.
Well,
Yep. I like to be able to take my
I move
editing
around,
on
but
the
when
go.
I move around, I just don't, edit or do
Mick,
anything.
this is the first time I've stayed in a place for more than necessary months. So imagine me carrying my desktop all around, like going to Kenya,
Like
Dubai.
I like to be mobile with my editing.
I actually
like-
want to move towards getting what's the name of this Microsoft thing? Surface Pro.
Oh, the Surface Pro, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how durable it is though.
Mike's asking if anyone uses
No.
the iPad.
I don't know.
No,
I
No,
don't know.
I don't.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can edit on an iPad.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
think I can because I still have issues using the Wacom tablet though. After 5
Yeah.
years, I still have to use it hand in hand with the mouse.
Okay.
So I don't know if I can use an iPad.
Yeah. I don't know about that either. The iPads can plug in a mouse. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't use Lightroom too. So I don't know.
Hey, you're back, Mix.
You are
Hey.
missing out, man. You need to use Lightroom more.
I'll use
I don't-
Lightroom when I start traveling again.
I don't use Lightroom.
Just me and you, Mix.
Yeah, I'm not a Lightroom guy.
I know.
Me and you, man. Team
What
night.
do you use? What do you use, Brian?
Camera Raw and then Photoshop.
Oh, I need
Are you
to
following
check
Brian? Are you following Brian on IG? Because he's got some dope stuff there.
I'm about to just.
I think
go
he
follow
follows me.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think he
right?
follows me.
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah, I think. Let me check.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you follow me, but
If you're not, you know what to do.
If I don't follow you, forgive me in advance.
okay, it's okay.
We're forgiven.
Because at some point I was trying to reduce my Instagram addiction.
I do the same thing every so often. It's like you see a post and you're like, why am I following this person? I don't know who they are. I don't like what they do. Why am I
But
following them?
I never unfollow photographers.
Follow back. So follow
There's
back.
always something to learn, but sometimes it's like, I don't know. Sometimes you like, why
There
am I
are some
following this
people.
person?
There are some people, and this is me being honest and blunt as usual. There are some people that when you keep seeing their work, it can affect yours negatively.
Yes.
Sure.
Because there are some people who don't put in that much effort that you do into your work. And so you sometimes see it, and then you sometimes see people, liking it so much, a lot of comments, and then you go like,
Right.
is this really what people like to see?
What exactly?
Yeah, you're following
Yeah.
me, Cubby. I just
I
checked
am?
you're following me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Score. I
I'm
got
doing
you.
something right.
I got you. That's funny.
But
Whoa.
the horrible stories, I think we are looking at it from the photographer's perspective.
We are.
There is one that came up 3 years ago,
Yeah.
and it broke my heart because I met a model who was talking about a photographer that helped upcoming models. And what he used to do was to break them
What do you mean break them?
in terms of their image. Like,
Oh,
you
give
don't
them a
look
break.
good. You're not really looking,
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah.
Break them like to not like move forward.
No, break them like
Damn.
emotionally, like
Break them down.
Oh,
Break
break
let
them
them
down.
have this
Break them down.
inferiority complex about himself.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, and then he has his way and everything, and now tries to behave like he's the one who's turning them into supermodels,
Mhm.
And the
But
story it broke out like that in Ghana. It was terrible. A lot of people coming out to say, "Yeah, he did that to me. He did that to me," and he was cancelled. Unfortunately,
It's horrible, man.
yeah.
I mean, that's just
Yeah.
it's not right.
Can't treat people like that.
And it makes it difficult for the art world, because now anytime I go on IG, I see a model and I feel like, oh, you're in SAC, I think we can do something together. They are a bit, careful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
So sometimes
Yeah.
you have to go beyond and then prove that
Mhm.
you are a courteous person.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And there's always the guys with the cameras too that are just trying to get
Right.
And
Right.
girls
they are the ones with
undressed
the
for
terrible
photos.
images. Oh,
Yeah.
they are the ones with the terrible images.
And even here in Texas, I learned that they have a model only group, which is pretty large.
Yep.
And in that
Same thing
group,
here. Yeah.
yeah, if they have a shoot, they ask, "Hey, what do you guys think about this photographer?" And all the models will share all the stories on there. So if you don't want to shoot with that person, you don't shoot with that person. So I was doing a shoot with this girl, and she said, "Yeah, when she was going to shoot with me, she put my name on there, and she said, two people gave a remark that for her she thought it was a good thing. You understand? They said, oh, they did a whole hour and a half shoot, and they only got one said she got 12 pictures, the other said she got 10 pictures.
Wow.
And everybody asked, did you like the pictures? They say, yeah, I love the pictures, but I only got 12.
For an hour and a half?
This was a free collaboration.
Yeah.
Okay.
On my 12 pictures.
Right. On the document I sent them, if they read it, it's like you get a minimum of 6. So if you're getting 12, that is a good one, but yeah. So the same way if there's something bad, they'll put it on there. So yeah.
It's crazy. They're horrible stories. Like art is like that, I think. Art always suffers this kind of horrendous stuff.
I agree.
I always say that to be an artist is like a lifetime work. Even if you stop being one and you had bad dates from way back, it's still gonna come out.
Right.
But it's crazy.
Yeah, man.
But you guys in Canada are doing great, by the way. Just
Thank you.
I chip it in. You guys
We're all trying.
You gotta come up. You gotta come up.
Yeah.
Post COVID.
Yeah.
I'm scared
Love to have you guys
if I come
After
to
COVID.
Canada, I might
After
not leave.
COVID.
Yeah. Post COVID.
Man,
I'm scared if I
used
show
to
up
be
there, I might not leave.
I used to be just 8 hours drive away. Now I'm far away.
Ah, well.
Yeah.
Or we come we come down there either in Texas or
Texas, man.
Yeah.
in California. I don't know.
Now my target is Texas to see what's happening over there. Yeah, a lot of people are moving there. I just want to go see what's happening.
It's big here. Houston, Austin, Dallas. It's huge.
You and Meeks can open up a studio.
Apparently some Houston guys came up to Dallas to do some stuff, and they're like, man, you guys are slow over here. They were telling us all the awesome stuff in Houston, and we thought this place was cool.
Yeah. I think it's the same. I started meeting a couple of
Good
people
morning,
from
Evans.
San Francisco and LA, and
You're on mute, Evans.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, guys. I had everything taken apart because I'm rearranging stuff in here.
Yeah.
For some reason, I can't get my wired Ethernet line to work, so I'm using Wi-Fi, and it keeps going up on and off for some reason.
It's okay. Cool. You guys want to call the show? Thanks, Kobe, for jumping on, man. You got some wild stories.
Yeah,
Sure.
thanks, Bobby. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Got some good stuff there. Moral of the story is
Prepare,
it.
prepare,
prepare.
prepare.
Exactly. I mean, Kobe's got some
And-
great shots, but just shows you that it's not all sunshine all the time, right?
Oh, it's not all glam.
The process behind it. So hopefully this show kind of gave you guys a little peek about what goes on behind the scenes, because can't be all roses every year. So
Yeah.
you know. But thanks
You're
everyone
gonna
for jumping on, especially Mike. I think we just got a big fan on.
That's Dancy, eh?
Is that Dancy?
Yeah, that was Dancy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay. Thanks, Mike.
yeah, that was Dancy.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Wait,
Okay.
was that the guy we did
That makes more sense to me now.
the light painting with in Caledon the last time?
Did Mike come out for that? I
There
can't
was an
remember. If
older
Mike...
guy we had that day.
Oh, that was Daryl. That was a different guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, different guy.
That makes more sense now that was Dancy. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Couldn't tell from the sense of humor.
I thought it was a little bit like direct. I'm like, well, maybe that's just how he rolls.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, thanks everyone. for jumping on.
Bitcoin's in the payphone for you, Mike.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Cool.
All
Meeks
right, should I
Meeks
everybody
final
close
thoughts?
up?
Anything else? to-
All right, final thought. Well, thank you guys for listening. And, just like anything, it's good to learn from other people's mistakes. So we hope some of these horror stories gave you some ideas on how to protect yourself and also prepare for stuff. So, stay safe out there and prepare
No.
and
No
don't
cake
get
again.
into the troubles we got into. Contract. Okay,
Contract.
And no
Contracts.
trespassing.
Well, I can't make promises there.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't trespass if you're in Texas.
Yeah. Don't do that. I don't know. You can do it.
Well, unless you want to be target practice, okay, then you can trespass.
On our side of the world, people are more friendlier. You know,
Yeah.
they don't just shoot you; they ask questions first.
No, people are. Trust me, people are friendly.
Here, if you
here
trespass, they're going to offer you a job.
See what happens.
too.
Exactly.
Oh man, that's funny.
Awesome. Brian, final thoughts?
Yeah, just realize that when you're doing this, things are going to go wrong. Things aren't always pleasant, and just roll with it,
Roll with it.
or roll through it if it's a
Roll
pile of
through
dog poo.
Mm,
Mhm.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
deal with it. That's
yeah.
You're there to do a job. Do the job. Get it done.
Do the best you can.
Do the
Move
best
on.
you can. Throw the shirt out afterwards.
That is important.
Yes.
That's probably the tip I got most today out of it. Anyway. Cool, guys. Well,
Mr.
thank you.
Evans.
Yeah.
Yep. All I gotta say is thank you guys for hanging out with us this Wednesday evening. We truly appreciate you guys. Without you, we
Yeah.
can't host this show. So
Nope.
thank you guys for tuning in.
Awesome. And we'll see you next Wednesday on someone's channel. Who knows?
Who knows?
figure it We'll figure it out as we go.
and if the internet decides to work,
Yeah, it's very dependent.
Yep.
Yeah.
If YouTube is still working.
Yeah.
Cool, guys. Again, have a great evening. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Okay.
Peace. Take care.
Peace, guys.